Hi! Okay, so this video today is going to be with the baby. This is Jaira, and he is 5 months old. So Jaira is my third baby. So I have a 7-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 5-month-old. And gosh, 3 has been different. I think I didn't realize how easy I had it. In a sense, right? We look back and I'm like, okay, I think I was in a sweet spot with 2 kids. And then we had this third baby, and man, it just, from the beginning of my pregnancy with him, I knew it was different. My body felt different. I had a lot of issues pregnancy-wise that I didn't have with my other 2. I had, oh my gosh, guys, I think I was constipated for like 8 months straight. I would cry to my husband every week about how I hadn't gone to the bathroom. I tried everything you can think of. I met with my midwife. Like, I ended up having to take enemas. Like, it was just, that part alone was so brutal. Not to mention you guys know, but the morning sickness, the fatigue, the insomnia, my sciatica at one point, and then about 16 or 17 weeks pregnant, I developed vulvar varicosities, I think is what they were. Pretty much like the blood was pooling down in my lady parts. And so I wouldn't even have a big belly, and I was just so uncomfortable and swollen, like it'd be pounding down there, that my midwife wanted me to wear these like support underwear, which I just couldn't. I'm just so worried about fabrics and feels, and I couldn't do it. So then I was resting a lot, and then whatever, maybe you guys want to hear about this. There's lots of details. I got, gosh, it was probably at like 25 weeks or so, I started having a lot of contractions, so much so that we ended up at the hospital one night thinking that I was going into early labor. So then I was on kind of bed rest and doing shutdown protocols, and they had me taking stuff to try to slow things down. And then in February, I got sick with something that I thought was COVID, but maybe not. And for about a month, my cough and lungs I was so fatigued, and I was pretty much in bed all month just trying to function. And then that was February. And then he came in March, and I had 2 different times that I had predominal, actually 3, I think, predominal labor, but 2 of them were like, oh my gosh. The last one was maybe 3 days before I delivered, and I had contractions for like timeable 10-minute apart contractions for hours. I blew up my birth pool. I filled it with water. My midwife came to the house. They said, we'll probably see you tonight for a baby. And the next morning I was emptying my birth pool, crying, sobbing. I think it would have been fine if he came late, which he did come 8 days late, if I didn't think it was going to happen. But it was literally like every night I would wake up with contractions and be timing them and thinking tonight is the night that he's coming. So it was just a rough pregnancy. And then after he came, which I'll have to do another video on my birth, because we did a home water birth, and it was glorious. It was so amazing. And he came so fast, and I didn't tear, which is the first time I didn't have to have stitches. I had actual stitches. And then let's see. So he came, and then oh my gosh, my kids had a cold. So then I'm pretty sure they gave it to us. And then I developed, I had a yeast infection right before he came, and I had to go on antibiotics. So then afterwards, I developed mastitis, and they wanted me to go on antibiotics again, but I just was like, I can't do another round of antibiotics. So I pushed through mastitis, and then we got thrush. And honestly, I'm like, there were a couple other things. It was allergy season, and I couldn't take any allergy medicine. So that kind of kicked my butt for a good month. Just like seasonal allergies and tons of drainage. And anyways, this is getting long, but needless to say, the past like year of pregnancy, and then honestly up until about 4.5 months postpartum, maybe 4 months postpartum, I just lived in survival mode. It was probably one of the hardest seasons of my life. I cried all the time. I'm gonna have to make more videos about this, but honestly, I shame spiraled about how I couldn't give to my kids, and the capacity that I didn't have for connection or physical touch, or just to do the mommy things that usually would feel so normal. I just was so uncomfortable. so worth it, huh? But I was just so uncomfortable and so tired, and it was just rough. And so then coming out of such a hard pregnancy, thinking, okay, I finally have my baby, and then not getting my feet on the ground created a lot of pain, where I kept thinking like, I'm going to get a rhythm, I'm going to get out of survival mode. I had all these expectations for summer with my kids and having fun, and it was just not that. I was tired and I was sweating and my boobs hurt, and my baby was so fussy. You were a fussy baby, huh? And I co-slept and nursed on demand, and it was just a lot on my body. I just felt like I gave everything I had to this little guy, and the rest of my family kind of got the crumbs, which worked for a season. We have pivoted now. But yeah, just even like my marriage, I mean, I love my husband and he was so kind and gracious to me, but even that's like, I feel like he just got the crumbs, which, you know, it happened, and now we have another baby and we're so thrilled to have you. But I guess why I'm sharing all this is because partially maybe you want to know what it can be like. Not that it has to be your story, but pregnancy is hard, and having all of that stuff would have been hard enough if I didn't have 2 other kids who needed me, who needed their mommy, who needed connection and quality time. And it's like I would get done meeting all of his needs and just try to get food in myself before I had everybody else needing something from me. And gosh, I still feel like I'm kind of figuring out, I'm coming out of like some of the trauma of all of it and how hard it was. I'm like, what else do I want to share? I think I want to say to the mom who relates to this that you're not alone. I want to say that tons of women understand your story, that I get how hard it's been for you. And I think one of the things that's helped me the most coming out of all that, and also in the midst of it, was giving my own heart like validation and comfort, and getting it also from the Lord when I could, of just being like, hey, listen, you're doing your best and your best is enough. You love your babies so well. Oh, do you need a toy? You love your babies, and you know what? Your best is enough, and you're going to get through this. You're going to come out on the other side of this. And I might have to stop this video. But anyways, that's a little bit of my my journey with a third. And I'm going to do more updates of as I continue to come out of survival mode. Things that have helped me recently are getting consistent workouts in. Actually sleep training, which I've never done before, but it needed to happen because I was waking up 7 to 8 times a night, every night, and it was making me very delusional, and it was not healthy. My body was breaking down. But yeah, I just feel like maybe a big takeaway from this guy, I just realized how much every baby is so different, and also how you have to, it's like a dance of figuring out in every season what you need as a family, what your baby needs, what you need, what your marriage needs, what your kids need, asking for help, and also letting go of more control. I know people have told me that, but honestly, like, my house is the messiest it's ever been. It's like, oh man, I think with 2, I had this like at least illusion. At least I had some illusion of like control, and I felt like a cute mom. Like I was like, okay, I can have 2 kids. I'm cute. My house is clean. Like I'm working out. You know, like I felt like I figured out a rhythm, and I was like, we could do this. We could do 2, and then I had a third. And I just feel like all this like illusion of like a clean home or rhythms or control, like it just, postpartum, man, the last 5 months has not been like that. And it's been good because it has humbled me, and it's caused me to realize what's important. And like some days my house is disgusting, but I connected with my kids. And some days I didn't get a shower and my hair is really greasy, but I got to exercise and a 2-minute cold shower at the end of the day, you know, whatever. Or maybe I didn't get great sleep, but I realized I had 30 minutes to spend time with my husband that night. And it's just been this like juggle and dance of trying to like honor my heart and figure out like, okay, what do I need? What does our family need? and Holy Spirit, can you cover me in the rest? Because it's been hard, but also it's been beautiful, and there's been the most fun moments. So anyways, this is probably getting long, but if you, well, anyways, okay, we gotta go. Say bye. Okay, bye.